Take questions for Coach.
Productive day overall, you feel?
Yeah, I think information's the winner. I don't know who really won. I mean, game one when we do this thing, or the initial part of the 9 innings, however you're supposed to term it, seems to kind of be the main event. But overall, you're playing a full day, and I think, again, I think the winner is just clubs getting information on their guys and how you're going to handle certain situations. And we got plenty for now, for the timing, for the beginning of our fall.
What did you like about maybe some of those arms like Russell, Lindsey, Bimby getting some looks out there?
Yeah, just that they didn't freak out. I mean, if it's your first time on our mound, it doesn't matter how old you are, but in particular the freshmen I'm referring to, nobody other than the exception of maybe one guy got out there and made it complicated. They treated it like it's been when they're facing our hitters in a scrimmage when there's no fans, no scouts, and they got good production out of it. So at the end of the day, you'd like to go to bed at night knowing that you were yourself on the field and not trying to be the super version of yourself. And obviously you could go the other way and say you're not locked in too.
What about some of the proven arms that have been pitching for you the last couple of years there in early in game one? What'd you like from Dolan or Beam, those guys?
Yeah, I thought Doe looked good, and Beam always seems to fill up the zone and kind of, every now and then he'll get some bad swings too. But I think for our guys, I think just getting them out there and seeing them against a good opponent, Wake is usually one of the best offenses in the country, was just good in general, and it's nice to have stuff to talk about tomorrow, whether it's video review or just making some bullet points. We got to get better at some things, and some of it again is by nature of you're starting the fall and you want to increase repetitions with off-speed pitches and things like that. But it's an easy answer to just say just getting out there and facing a really good opponent.
What'd you see out of your own offense? Obviously, Christian Moore, Kavaris Tears had some big shots there.
Yeah, I mean, KT's been doing it, days leading up to this. So, again, it's nice that he had the confidence from what he's done so far this fall. It's been a short one to this point, and got out there and did the same thing he's been doing. The guy can hit the ball as hard as anyone, and he's obviously athletic. He can play all over the field. So I look forward to seeing him make his progress. And, Simo, Burke, the guys who were a part of last year, being on the field, I think have only made progress. So, but there's clearly spots available for other guys to step up and show a way they can contribute. It doesn't necessarily have to be with the bat. It could be with the glove, or be a good base runner, or be a guy that could execute. I think if this was a spring game, I don't like making statements like this. It was a game, but there was a lot of situation we would have bunted or played small ball, in particular in that first game. So we're looking for guys who can contribute in one way or another.
What was the key for Kavaris over the summer? Just, I guess, changing his body. That's the thing that we see most. And do you like just how versatile he can be?
Yeah, and those, they're one and the same. His body his movements are more fluid. He's gotten stronger, but at the same time, he's kind of gotten looser. That's a difficult combo to match together. And so it's allowed him to play different positions, be better on the bases. And then as far as the plate, he's always had the ability. It's just getting repetitions. I know it's weird to bring it up, but we are still kind of in this weird COVID phase where some of these guys got a little bit of the short end of the stick in high school, and then they get to college and the rosters are a little backed up and they get the short end of the stick on reps in college. So as he accumulates reps, it could be a lot of fun to watch him play, and even when he's not out there, he's a lot of fun to be around.
What has Dylan Dreiling done to this point to kind of put himself where he is in the outfield mix?
I think you saw him swing with conviction when he did it. Some of those swings and misses early on, if you're not if you're not the foremost on knowledge of baseball, it might look like, oh man, he swung and missed. He didn't accomplish his mission, but he's seeing good pitches up there, but he's taken an aggressive hack. And I think he swings with conviction, plays defense like that. And then also we've got a good track record with him, or kind of a record book we can refer to. By nature of who his family is, he's played collegiate baseball in the summer, hasn't cost himself any eligibility. Played with guys like Cortland Lawson in the past, and he's played very competitively in the summer. So we kind of know who he is. Some of these other guys, obviously we recruited them. We've seen him a lot. We're still kind of trying to feel out who they are, but we have a comfort level that he's going to come to play every day and hook it up.
How would you assess Jared Dickey this fall, kind of transitioning back there behind the plate? How is he growing?
He looks good. I don't. If you got a grading system, I don't know that you would give anything that we did today an A. But the one argument you can make is the catching was in that category. I think we might have been able to handle the throw down to second better. Other than that, those two guys were really good back there. And Jared's been, he's done whatever he's done and kind of kicked it up a notch. Now that he feels, I think, a sense of leadership, being one of the older guys, he can call an experience that he had last year and success. But it's fun watching him develop in that position behind the plate, almost just like Evan did.
On the flip side of that, do you think Cal Stark's a guy that can maybe come out of nowhere in the minds of fans and maybe earn some playing time?
I do. I mean, he's a local guy, so it won't be out of nowhere, just be a few miles down the road. But he did come from a junior college, and I think just needed to get in the weight room the way we get in the weight room, and be prepared to be not only capable of the SEC grind, but what goes on behind the plate. And right now he's a little banged up, so we just got him a couple at-bats, and you've seen he's fully capable with the bat, but he's also a good defensive catcher. So we need to get him with Q, and then he'll be able to be out there and show you guys what he can do. And again, he's fully capable of competing in this league.
To say about the program to have as many scouts as you did here, especially early on today?
Yeah, I think a lot, I don't know, but a lot of them probably thanked us they got to get out of Jupiter, Florida. That's where I was yesterday, and Coach Elander was until this morning. Probably a change of scenery. That tournament's been going on for a few days down there, so they probably want to thank us for that. But also, there's some top picks on that team over there. I like that team a lot, and they're short a few guys. We were short a few guys today too, but I think the talent, if the talent's there, they'll come. It's kind of like our regional last year. I know we had more first rounders and potential first rounders in that regional than any in the country. So, you know, if they hear that you're capable, they'll come watch. And I think it's good for our younger guys to be in that environment too, and realize those are just former baseball dudes that like the game, and they're sitting back there taking notes.
Exhibition a month from now, your second one. Just, I guess, what would you like to see improve over that amount of time when you make your way to Jackson?
Yeah, I like the layout. First of all, we're just looking forward to going down there. The fact that thing sold out so quickly was phenomenal. We got a relationship with the coaching staff there at Memphis, so looking forward to seeing those guys. There's probably some in-state guys there that know our players. So there's a lot that will come with it, but to more directly answer your question, we need to get better at everything. We need to be able to put on a bunt if we want, first and third plays, relay signals. Just everything needs to be a little more in depth. For now, we kind of just wanted a litmus test. I asked our guys if they knew what that was, and I did not like the response. But a litmus test for those that know that, or just kind of get a check mark or a marker on where we stand. And we're a long way away from being as good as probably people think we are, or where we need to be, and then definitely where we need to be to compete in this league. So we got a month to show progress in each and every area, and got confidence in our group that'll happen.
Any more? Awesome. Thank you.